After someone becomes a big star and begins cashing bigger and bigger checks, it's a natural progression for that celebrity to just spend that money like crazy. It's almost predictable at this point to say that most newer celebrities blow all of their money right away on non-essentials. However, today we've comprised a list of celebs that worked hard for their money and intend on keeping it by living a regular life. Welcome to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host Johnny Rogers, and before we kick this video off, if you want to see more videos about what your favorite celebrities are up to lately, just tap that playlist in the corner of your screen. Also, if you don't want to miss another daily video from us, make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's list, the top 10 celebrities who chose to live a regular life. In at number 10, Keanu Reeves. We had to put everyone's favorite actor on this list, not only just because he casually was riding the subway and then even gave up his seat to a woman holding a heavy gym bag, but because this, however, was just one moment that was caught on camera that puts on full display how humble this man truly is. The 55-year-old Canadian actor, producer, and musician first gained notoriety for his starring roles in films such as Bill and Ted, Point Break, and eventually the Matrix franchise. Although Reeves has never once been someone that enjoyed hoarding or spending his money on frivolous things. In fact, during the Matrix franchise, Keanu gave away close to 85% of his earnings in order to pay the special effects and costume design team a higher wage. During an interview, Reeves said, "Money is the last thing I think about. I could live on what I have already made for the next few centuries." In at number 9, Zooey Deschanel. Zooey started on a hugely successful TV show, but even though the New Girl actress made $125,000 per episode, she's been anything but flashy with it. During her divorce, court documents outlined exactly how much she had in expenses, which shockingly only came into around $22,500. Plus, nearly half of her total assets were being held safely in her bank account. Most of her other money was spread across various stocks, bonds, and real estate. Now, that may sound like not a regular life, but a lot of people use these types of investments to have their money make them more money. Also, with her expenses being so low, it means that she's not dropping crazy money on new cars, clothes, or mansions. According to LearnVest, at the time of her divorce, Zooey had $1.6 million in the bank and another $1.6 million in stocks as well. In at number 8, Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl is certainly a rock and roll legend. I mean, he's been a member of two of the biggest rock bands of all time, but somehow he still manages to live like a struggling musician. His time with Nirvana and the Foo Fighters has netted him somewhere in the ballpark of $225 million, but Dave has always had a fear of spending too much too fast. During an interview he did with Business Insider in 2003, Dave confessed that despite having plenty of money, he's afraid to spend it. Due to him never getting his high school diploma, he's always felt that he's required a safety net in case all of his fame and fortune went away. This is actually a really great attitude to have though, because when most people start making more money, the first thing that happens is that they start spending more as well. Instead of living in abundance like he could be doing, Dave puts his focus on always providing for his family and his children. In at number 7, Sarah Jessica Parker. Many people remember Sarah from her role as Carrie in Sex and the City, who somehow managed to barely work, live in a New York City apartment, go out for cocktails every night, and still buy designer shoes. If Carrie were a real person, none of that would actually be possible. However, for the actress herself, she can most definitely afford to live that Carrie Bradshaw lifestyle. With a net worth estimated at $90 million, she could buy new shoes every week if she really wanted to. Although in 2008, Sarah did an interview with Parade where she said that she used to dress her son in hand-me-down clothing throughout his younger years. Thanks to her older nephews and the fact that her mom had saved her brother's childhood clothing, Sarah never really had to drop a ton of money on spoiling her son, which again is another thing that happens to most rich families. Because the kids grow up around very wealthy people, they begin to think that this is what life owes them instead of working hard for what they want. So good to see that Sarah is living a regular life, at least in the way that she's raised her son. In at number 6, Mick Jagger. Not only is Sir Mick Jagger the lead singer and one of the founding members of the Rolling Stones, he is worth an estimated $360 million. He's won a Golden Globe, an Emmy, and countless music awards, and is without a doubt one of the most influential singers of the last 50 years. So it was a major shock to his loved ones when they found out how tight with money he was. During an interview with The Guardian, Mick had this to say in response to his lifestyle choices. "Those of us brought up in the 50s were taught to be frugal. We don't like throwing computers away as soon as they don't work, apart from out the window in frustration. We like cars to be repaired instead of junked. We're not brought up like Puff Daddy to be taking 30 freeloading friends to the south of France and spend hundreds of thousands of pounds on Cristal. The truth is, most English people, whether they're rich or not so rich, just don't behave like that. In at number 5, Kristen Bell. Kristen started her career as a professional actor by starring in various stage productions while enrolled in the Tisch School of Arts at New York University. By 2001, she had made her Broadway debut, and from 2004 to 2007, she gained her celebrity status for her role in the television series Veronica Mars. Great show, by the way, if you're interested in just watching that for, if we have to go back into quarantine, I suggest you watch more of Veronica Mars. For the better part of her career, Bell has held a steady job as an actor and even has lended her voice for various projects including Frozen and Pretty Little Liars. However, even though she is worth just over $10 million, I'm sure more at this point, Bell still uses a lot of coupons. During an interview that she did with late night host Conan O'Brien, she claimed that she almost exclusively shops with coupons to find the best price, adding that the best coupon you can get possibly in the world is the Bed Bath & Beyond coupon. She also hinted that she may or may not have stolen some of her neighbors' coupon books while they weren't paying attention. In number 4, Shia LaBeouf. Shia has always dressed like a regular dude. Some may go as far as saying that he looks like a hobo sometimes, although this is just one indicator that Shia likes to live a frugal lifestyle as opposed to the luxurious existence that he could have. I mean, not too many celebrities show up to a red carpet with a paper bag over their head that says "I am not famous anymore" on it. During an interview with Parade magazine, Shia explained that growing up his parents were always starving artists, which made him all the more grateful and humble when he succeeded as an actor. He has been acting since the age of 10 and has always used his family as motivation to keep earning money so that he can support them. LaBeouf, however, went on to criticize people that worship greed in the form of role models such as Gordon Gekko. In at number 3, Matthew McConaughey. Considered by many, Matt included, the film Dazed and Confused was this celebrity's breakout role. Although after being the supporting actor in a number of other films, his big breakthrough performance would come in the legal drama A Time to Kill. However, even with an Oscar on his mantle, Matthew McConaughey decided to still live in an old Airstream trailer. A decision he made, by the way, after making his first millions from romantic comedy roles. The actor said that his trailer was his way of trying to lead a more minimalist lifestyle, which, as he put it, was the best anti-stress weapon in a business that's designed to stress people out. He actually lived in this trailer right up until his wife became pregnant. Then the Airstream trailer became a little too cramped for the family that he wanted to take care of. In at number 2, Dave Chappelle. Beginning his stand-up comedy career at a very young age and was even featured in a montage of random people telling jokes for the first episode of ABC's America's Funniest People, he became a household name when his satirical comedy sketch series The Chappelle Show took off. Although at the height of the show's success, Dave declared that there was something wrong with Hollywood and that he wanted no part of it. This meant that he was choosing to walk away from a $50 million contract with Comedy Central. He then picked up and moved his family to South Africa to stay out of the limelight for a little more than a decade. Even upon returning to America, Dave never moved his family to NYC or LA, these big comedy hubs. Instead, he chose to raise his kids in Yellow Springs, Ohio. Yellow Springs is a small community outside of Dayton that Chappelle remembered fondly from past family vacations. He even participated in a town council meeting to advocate for police reform. Even though he signed a Netflix deal bringing him $20 million per special, this guy is still right there with the community. Last but certainly not least, in our number 1 spot, Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood made his acting debut in 1989 with a small role in the film Back to the Future Part 2. Wood went on to act in many more movies as both a child actor and well into his teen years, although his role as Frodo Baggins in The Lord of the Rings is what really shot this actor into the stratosphere in regards to fame. He received around $1 million for his role in the series and could have definitely afforded a nice house in Hollywood, but in 2013 he decided to purchase a somewhat modest home in Austin, Texas. Much like most of the locals in Austin, Elijah has also been seen riding around town on those electric scooters. Apparently he has even been spotted shopping at Whole Foods and hanging out at local eateries as well. Imagine seeing Frodo ride by you on a scooter. That would be wild. With that though, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Celebrities You Didn't Realize Passed Away in 2020 Part 4. James the Man says, the fact that they have a Part 4 of this video says everything in itself about the year 2020. You are spot on with this one, my friend. It's devastating that we've already lost so many people because of what 2020 has thrown at us. I mean, forget the celebrities for a moment and just take in the numbers that are being reported from COVID-19. It's devastating. Prep for it says, sports, music, drag, art, social media's actors, so many lost so much. It may take a long time to find positivity again. If you can talk to a specialist about your thoughts and depression, don't go it alone. Thank you so much for commenting this. I know a lot of people are going through a hard time right now, and it's important to remember that there are people there who can help you and will be there for you. Sarah Davis says, may they rest in peace. My thoughts and prayers are with their families and friends. Definitely, may they all rest in peace indeed. So sad that so many families have lost their loved ones this year. I can't wait till 2020's done. Terry Wright Jr. says, RIP to all, didn't mention Lute Olson. Terry, I'm doing my best, dude, but if we happen to do a part 5, I will make sure we get Lute Olson on the list. Again though, let's hope that we don't have to do a part 5. Cross your fingers. Skylar says, part 4? It's only September. Look, I feel you, Skylar. I felt the exact same way when I found out that I had to do a part 4 of this list. I mean, let's just get through the rest of the year without a part 5, can't we? And that has been the top 10 celebrities who chose to live a regular life. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our editors for all of their hard work. If you enjoyed this video, then please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's list. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is tap that playlist when it pops up. From Top 10 Beyond the Screen, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy.